Good morning, family. I want to just share a word of encouragement today out of the 19th Psalm. The first few verses. When you get a chance, really take some time and just read over that. But let me ask you a question. You ever seen a sunset or a sunrise? Just think about that in your mind. Or what about what about a sky that's so abundant with stars that it seems like you could just reach up and grab one out of the sky? Or even watching the clouds gather together and then roll across the sky over the horizon, and then they begin to move into thunder and lightning and sharing bursting forth rather in rain that washes across the plains. You might think of these things and respond kind of like my daughter did. My 5-year-old, for the first time seeing it, she was like, wow, that's awesome. And it is. Here's the thing about the sun, the sunrise and the sunset, or the moon and the stars, or even the clouds. They don't say a word, but yet they're talking. The sun has no audible capabilities, and yet we can still register the majesty of that voice in our mind. The moon doesn't speak, and yet the glory of a full moon rising up into the sky, capturing your attention, still says a whole lot. That's what David's trying to get in the 19th Psalm. That's the reason why he says that the heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies shows God's handiwork. Day unto day they utter speech, and night unto night they're giving instruction. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. David, what are you getting at? He's just uniquely sharing with us the majesty and the glory and the awesomeness of our God. And that's what I want you to walk away with. That's your encouragement for today. When you think about the beauty of your God, you think about the awesomeness of your God, there ought to be a certain response to that. Number one thing, and your challenge for today, we ought to adore him. We ought to have a mentality that wakes up seeing the day, being blessed with the day, and adore the God that gave it to you. But then not only should you adore him, number two, you ought to be aware of him. Be constantly aware with every breath that you take, with everything that's seen in your eye, the sun, the stars, the grass, the trees, the birds in the air, everything. Be aware of the fact that there is a God. He is alive. In him we live and we survive. And even be aware of the fact that God made you. But not only should you be aware of him, and not only should you adore him, but you ought to be about his glory. You are, out of all the things that take the breath away from man, the sunset is awesome. The full moon, glorious. The rolling waves in the ocean, amazing. A mountainside, fantastic. The sweeping of a storm across the plains that resonates both in your spirit and fills your nostrils with the scent of freshly poured rain. Amazing. But nothing is as awesome as God's creation of humanity. And because of that, you need to live in a way where you bring glory to God by the way that you live. Be about getting God glory. Be about sharing and declaring God's glory. Declare it in your speech. Declare it in your service. Declare it in your smile. Declare it in your words. Declare it in your work. Declare it in your home. Declare it in the way you respond to the world. Be about getting your God glory. Remember that God's using you to touch somebody else, and you are his creation. And because you are his creation ought to resonate glory that came from its creator. So today, your challenge is to recognize the fact that not only do the heavens declare God's glory, but you ought to as well. Listen, I'm going to pray for you. I pray that your day is awesome. I pray that your day is a day that resonates both the glory of God and allows you to be aware that your God is with you. As you move, have that quiet smile when you look out and see the sun, and you look out and recognize, you know what? God made this day, and God made everything in it. Get him some glory. I'm going to pray for you. I'm asking you to pray for me. Let's watch God move through our lives. God bless you today.